Requirements in case allow you to document and track those real-life requirements you have about your system, your product, or the development area, and manage the expectations covering those requirements with specific test cases or sets of test cases. Now, whenever you are in the requirements section, you can create a new requirement by hitting the plus requirement button, at which point you're taken to this modal screen where you can fill out all the details of it. Title is the mandatory field, so you have to fill it out, of course. Description is optional, but if you want to provide some extra context about your requirement, feel free to do that. If your requirement should be a sub-requirement of another one, you can select a parent right here, but if it's your first requirement that you're creating, the only option to go with is going to be the root. A requirement can have one of the following statuses. It can be either valid, draft, review, rework, finished, implemented, not testable, or obsolete. And it can also define a type of a requirement. So it can be one of the three following options. It can be either an epic, a user story, or a feature. You can drop attachments here from your local storage or browse from the list of the files you have already uploaded to the system before and reuse them, so that again, you can provide some extra context. And when you want to add the cases, you just hit that button. You will see the same form you would see for test plans and test runs when we're adding the test cases there. And just like in those forms, you can also look up the cases by title or description here, or look them up by a specific parameter or a value. When you have selected the test cases to include into the requirement, just hit the done button and save your requirement, at which point it's going to be created. In here, you can create a child for this requirement if you want to expand on it. You can go back and edit it, or you can remove it from the system. This section also allows you to look up the requirements by their title or description, or filter them out by some specific parameters, for example, by status. From the requirement, you can also navigate to any of the test cases included in it, as well as you can overview the revisions that this requirement has been going through over the time.